Recruiter here, the headless headhunter, getting you ahead of your job search by reviewing your resumes. The resume we have up first is for a Java full stack developer. So this person stated they had about 100-to-1 ratio, and what a ratio is this tells you how good your resume is. There's a lot of people that say like, oh, you need an ATS score, blah, blah, blah. Those don't really matter. Those don't really work. Those are scam artists that are trying to sell you something. But how you can tell if your resume is good is the ratio of applications to interviews. If you are getting, say, 5 applications per interview, that's amazing. If you're getting 100 applications to one interview, that's bad. That's like a D-. It fails, but there's still some salvageable parts. But if it's anything over, if it takes you over 100 applications to get a single interview, there is a big problem with your resume. Your goal should be a minimum of 50 applications to one interview. And this person has 100-to-1. So again, this would be the equivalent of a D- resume. I did a quick meter yeet of this where I try to find what I need in 20 seconds, and I could not. So part of the problem that this resume has is it does not tell me what I actually need. When I am looking for a Java developer full stack, there are kind of 2 things I'd be looking for, really, but this is the most common one, is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, APIs, RESTful APIs, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, Java, Spring, and Spring Boot. Also, Maven could be there. And bonus points for all this other stuff. The problem is I found basically none of that. So, first off, this is fine. Your formatting should be a little bit changed, though. This is how I want your formatting to look. Right, and this is what it's going to look afterwards. I understand this is for a barista, but the difference between a barista, a marketing agent, and a senior software developer, they are all going to have the same format. I swear to you. Directors are where it gets a little weird. So you do want your bachelor's here. This is good. It should be one line and should not be bolded, though. Then this can be deleted. I literally cannot use anything here. This is why I try to tell people not to use skill sections. I cannot use them. Anything in a skills section is unusable by a recruiter or hiring manager, unfortunately. So do not put a skills section. Then we do here, which is United States Marine Corps. Now, normally I would say this is not relevant and can be deleted, but there are a lot of people do like vets. So you should keep this, but what you should do is shrink it down. So this should be one line and not bolded. Please stop bolding everything. And then you should really only have maybe 1 bullet point here or 2. It can be a long one, but just a very quick one that says like a radio operator in the Marine Corps, where I think that's it. You could just say a radio operator of the Marine Corps. That is about as useful as the rest of this will give you. And again, you should keep it, but that's about as long as it should be. Then we go to here, which is Eagle Logistics, which this part is actually kind of good. Worked on RESTful APIs, good. Well, you were only there for a couple of months. This is actually a problem. I didn't even see this in the meter yeet. Why were you only there for a couple of months? Is this an internship? If so, you should put it, because otherwise this actually looks bad. But yeah, I don't know why you were there for 1 month. But RESTful APIs is what I'm looking for. Microservices, I can actually be looking for specifically for Java and architecture. The problem is this. I need this to be here. You cannot just put technologies. For a bit, I actually was deciding on whether to teach people to do that, and I had it for a bit, and then I quickly came to the realization that if I was reviewing a resume that had a technology section, I couldn't use any of that information because the manager would reject it. So I quickly took that out of my guide. This is the problem, is that it's all here. I need this stuff up here. And I need a little bit of different stuff too. So Node.js is great, React.js is great, SQL is great, Spring Boot is good. The problem is, where's the Java? You don't tell me you said you're a Java engineer. Where's the Java? I'm not looking for Node.js or React.js. I am looking for Java, and possibly the version of Java too. In addition, where's JavaScript, CSS, and HTML? If you are doing a full stack or a front end role, you have to put JavaScript, CSS, and HTML. I have had people tell me, well, why don't X implies Y? Well, guess what? It doesn't. Nothing implies nothing on your resume. One of the biggest rules I want to teach you is nothing is implied. If It is implied that you know X because of Y. I cannot use it. That means you do not know it. Nothing is implied. So then we do here, which is a Java intern. Great. Java, perfect. Spring, good. RESTful APIs, solid. Maven, good. I don't care about the rest of it. And then this. So your problem is you shoved this all into random little technology sections, and you shoved everything into there. You did not actually tell me what I really needed. So I was missing most of it. And when I was doing my meter yeet, because this formatting is so bad, I was only able to get down to like here. That was it. I wasn't even able to get this far down, despite this being written better. Like, completed with a focus on backend Java and Spring. This is great. This is a great sentence. So this is your problem: is A, the formatting is bad. B, your bullet points are also bad. You don't tell me enough. You don't have everything I would be looking for, or at least 75%. That is the break point. If you meet 75% of this, I can move you forward. You just shove everything into sections I cannot use. You cannot have a skill section. This is a hill I will stand on till my breath, that I am dying. Like, till the end of my life, I will stand on this. You cannot have a skill section. Skill sections are worthless. So are summaries, except for some very niche times. So this is why you're having difficulty. So shrink this, fix the formatting, put better bullet points that contain what I actually need to move you forward. I could not move this resume forward. If I did, a manager would yell at me. So that's all I can do for this resume. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I hope it is at least helpful. And before we go to the next one, if you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. That is where I review these live. That is where I get the qualifications, and they are qualifications, not keywords. They're a big difference. And that is where I help people more so than I can through these videos. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a Python developer. So let's see if I can find this stuff in 20 seconds. What I need is Python, SQL, again, any SQL, Docker, Cloud, any of its words. I should probably also add never mind. Oh yeah, any of its words. So AWS, GCP, and Azure. And as an example, if it was AWS, it would be like EC2. I don't know the equivalent of that for AWS or for GCP and Azure. RESTful APIs, Agile, Git, CI/CD, and one of these: full stack, AI, NumPy, DevOps, Fast API, Flask, Django. You don't have to have all of them, just, one of them. Bonus for Kubernetes, ETL, MongoDB, and Java. So, 20 seconds. Let's go. All right. SQL, good. Python, good. OOP is good. AWS, this is kind of hard to read, but there is some stuff there. Automated CI/CD, RESTful APIs, it's not bad. Missing some stuff. Okay, so I would not be able to move forward with this, but it's barely. So part of the reason is I just don't have enough. I found most of the basics, and again, that's not bad, but I'm kind of missing one of the extras, so it doesn't seem like this is super full stack. It doesn't seem like this has any DevOps. It doesn't have Fast API, Flask, or Django, and it doesn't have any AI. So I would kind of need one of those. And how this is written is a little wordy. Like, I don't want to say this is a bad resume, because it's not. It's just... it's too verbose, right? It's too much talky. I want you to, instead of develop a data pipeline of blah, blah, blah reports and data sets, just say developed a data lineage pipeline using SQL and Python, using SQL, Python, and object-oriented programming on a serverless stack, on an AWS, you don't even have to say serverless, just say with AWS, Lambda, Snowflake, and microservices. So you should be able to shrink this almost by half. Then we get here. You already mentioned AWS up here, so you don't need to mention it down there. So again, you don't want to repeat the same qualification in the same job. It is good to have AWS here up top and in the next job, but you don't want to have it in the same job. So again, AWS is already here, so you don't need this one. You don't need this over here. Then CI/CD is good, but the problem is this is too long. Like, I'm not looking for automated infrastructure provisioning using proprietary infrastructure as code. IOC might actually be useful depending on it. Tools to manage serverless environments. I'm just looking to automated infrastructure using infrastructure as code and in a CI/CD deployment via GitHub and Jenkins pipeline. So did you tell me how many you did? No, you have not started applying yet. So again, it's not bad. I don't want to say like this is garbage, it'll never get interviews. It'll get some. It's just it's too wordy. It's way too wordy. I need more basic stuff here. I need just this stuff to be shrank. You've mentioned AWS like 8 times in the same one. You only need to mention it once in the same job, maybe twice. And is there anything else that I'm missing? Agile, I don't think I have. There it is, Agile, right there in front of me. Good. Too far down, was not able to see it, but it's good that you have it. Git we had, I believe. And then did we have any of the extra stuff? So is there Fast API? No. Is there Flask? No. No. Is there Django? No. Is there AI? No. Is there machine learning? No. See, DevOps? Oh, was there one? No, that's HTML. DevOps. No, yeah. So you have most of the basics. You just need one of those extras, and you need to shrink it. Otherwise, it's fine. And again, not a terrible resume. It's just too wordy and does not contain half of what I need, but you should be able to. There's a low-flying airplane. My goodness, I don't know if that's audible, but you should be able to get a job with just like an hour of tweaking this resume. I don't think it's going to take you that long. So let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a data scientist. A data scientist. They have fully doxed themselves, so I cannot scroll past this. Again, please, when you submit your resume, please redact your information. I cannot edit this live. I review them live. There is no way for me to remove that information besides not being able to scroll different parts on your resume. So, all I know is it takes them over 150 applications to get a single interview, which is not good. So let's see if I can find what I'm looking for in 20 seconds, which probably not. And that is for a data scientist degree, Python, R, SQL, data in all of its forms. So like data modeling, data analytics, data potatoes, whatever. The industry, this is big. I want to know what industry you're in. Then explaining stuff to non-technical folks and influencing stakeholders. Those are massive. Those are probably the biggest things you can put on your resume is how you explain complex topics to people that have no idea what you do and influencing stakeholders. Cross-functional is also good to add, but if there's anything in this resume I really want, it is, well, data, Python, and this. So cloud, any type of cloud, Microsoft Office applications such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Google Sheets, one or the other. Then AI, LLM, ML, NLP, Spark, Skibbity Learn, Pandas, and NumPy. I would like some of that. And dashboard visualization or data visualization such as Tableau, Power BI, and ETL. Whew. So, can I find all that in 20 seconds? Let's go. All right. This I cannot use. Master's good. Bachelor's okay. Again, I don't know why you put all this stuff. Completely irrelevant. I see AI and NLP and SQL. Yeah, there's like nothing in this resume. This resume is practically blank. The only thing that I can use is this and this. This entire section can be deleted. This entire section can be deleted. This maybe can be deleted. If you have other AI stuff, that's okay. Then we go down to the actual thing that I'm looking for, which is nothing here. Again, I don't care that you did a 25% increase in operational efficiency. It's not what I'm looking for. Right? Like, I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for reducing deployment time or forecasting or Akka frameworks, which is so far down that nobody can even see it. It's past this section down here. Or extracted and transformed customer data. Maybe ETL, but you didn't say load, so I'm assuming that's not ETL. So this entire resume is not good. Right? Like, obviously you're a highly intelligent person, but the problem is the person reading your resume may not be. We don't have this information. You need to write your resume for the layman. And critically, what I don't see is how you can explain stuff to non-technical folk and influence stakeholders. In fact, part of the reason this resume falls so bad is it proves that you can't talk to non-technical folk. Like, remember that whenever you get hired, so I feel like there's some kind of miscommunication. When you are in college and you get all these degrees, you are highly intelligent, right? And you are going to want to do something very good with that. You're going to be speaking with other intelligent peers. You're going to be speaking with peers that have spent the last 5 years doing what you do. But the problem is when you get into the workforce, the very first job you have, they're not going to know that. They don't know what you do. You are the person that is the expert on the data. Your job is to explain why a 99% data accuracy matters. Because if you say I have a 99% data accuracy, you know what they're going to say? Well, why not 100%? And it means nothing, right? Like, we don't know. Your job, in fact, the higher technical you go in the corporate ladder, the more likely it is most of your job is going to explaining that technical stuff to people that don't know what it is. You have to. What I do on this channel is sort of the equivalent of that. I am explaining very basic recruiting techniques and tactics and how to basically write your resume that most recruiters would probably know within the first 3 months or so of their job. Like, I have taught other recruiters that stuff too, but for the people that don't know what it is, you're speaking nothing. So I need you to redo this entire resume. I need you to write it with the stuff that I actually need. It needs to be focused and with an eye for explaining how technical this is to somebody that doesn't know. Like, I know I've made the joke, but I'm not joking. You need to explain this to stuff that people say, oh, you're a data scientist? Well, how do I turn on my computer? That's the kind of person you're probably going to go into the workforce with. And you need to be able to calm down the rage that is burning within your soul and explain to them, hey, that is more of a help desk position. What I do is X and Y. So his resume does not work. Please don't dox yourself. Resubmit when you make it better and just make it basic and boring. Seriously, that is like the biggest thing I can give to anybody. Make it basic and boring and understandable by a layman. That as well. This is, I'm not actually sure. So this person said they are a Web3 developer and that's all they put, but I'll be honest, I could not find any Web3 jobs. I'm not sure if they're called like quantitative developer or I really don't know what they're called, but they're not called Web3 developers, or at least not the ones that I could find. So if you're looking specifically for Web3, I hate to say it, I don't know how to help you because I could not find any of those roles. To my knowledge, most of this stuff is sort of a downturn in the market. AI is sort of eclipsed like crypto and the rest of the decentralized stuff. I don't really know if a lot of companies are actually looking for this anymore. So maybe I'm wrong. Please correct me in the comments below. I am okay being corrected on this. This is a part of tech that I don't have a ton of experience with. So my problem here is I have to judge this as it was a normal full stack developer because that is what you put, full stack developer. So what we're looking for full stack is TypeScript, JavaScript, CSS, HTML, Node.js, Angular, Next.js, GraphQL, SQL, React.js, API, RESTful APIs, Cloud, Agile, CI/CD, cross-functionally, .NET or Python or Java. You just need any of those three. You don't need all of them. And a bonus point for architecture, extra language, Git, and DevOps. So let's see if I can find it in 20 seconds. I don't know if I will. This person, actually, what is their ratio? Did they even tell me? Whoop, wrong button. Nope, go back, computer. They did not. So, all right. Let's try and find it. Next.js, TypeScript, React is good. None of this stuff I'm looking for. None of this stuff. TypeScript is good. Next.js is okay, but you already said it. SQL. React is one. Yeah, I would not be able to move this forward. So, again, this is a bit of the problem, is if you give me a very niche job and I cannot find it, I cannot get these qualifications for you. Maybe this is perfect for a Web3 developer. I don't know. Could not find any roles for it, which is a little terrifying. So yeah, I don't know what a Web3 developer is looking for. I do know for a full stack developer, this does not have enough of what I need. So what did I find? TypeScript, great. Next.js, great. In fact, I'm going to remove them here because I already found them. So this is good. And then we got Next.js, which is good. Already found that. Then we had SQL, which is solid. Then there was one more, React. Yeah, React. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So if you notice, I'm still looking for a lot more stuff that I didn't find. I did not find anything involving, well, Python or .NET or Java. I did not find anything involving cloud or agile or CI/CD. RESTful APIs. No, I didn't find anything about RESTful APIs or regular APIs or whatever. No Node.js, no Angular, no GraphQL. So your resume is missing a lot. Its formatting is also horrible. Please, seriously, your resume would get higher if you literally just unbolded all of this. And then where is your degree? Yeah, you got a degree. You should have put that up top. Degree should be up top. This is where your education should be, unless it's not relevant to the role. So I could not find this. This is the best I could do with this. And I imagine that when they're hiring for Web3 developers, Web3 is probably closer to a bonus qualification than the whole thing, but that is a guess. So yeah, if you're going for full stack, you need more. Or you maybe if you're going for very specifically Web3 developers, you need to tell me where I can find those jobs, because I couldn't find one. So that's all I can do for this one. Let's go to the next resume. This is a resume of a data engineer. So for data engineer, what do we need? An awful lot. But we need Python, ETL, or ELT. Those were in pretty much everyone. So those are huge. We need Scala. We need data, anything data. We need algorithms. We need SQL. We need big data, such as Kafka, Spark, or Hadoop. Cloud, and then again, anything to do with data. So in this case, like data models, data lakes, data analytics, anything data we want. Anything to do with Snow, Snowflake, Snowpipe, Snowsite. I don't know why, but that was in a bunch of them. And the ability to communicate and communicate non-technical plans to... Bleh, my brain just immediately shut down. I'm sorry. Ability to manage and communicate data plans to non-technical people. My goodness. So, and then in addition, I would like to know your industry. So as an example, SDLC or healthcare or financial tech, and then the bonus for those. So can I find that in 20 seconds? Let's see. Good. Yes. Python, Azure Cloud, PySpark. Okay. Databricks. I don't know if I need SQL. I do. Okay. Good. Snowflake, requirements, specific, dashboards, not bad. Did I have everything I needed? I might have had everything I needed. I feel like the font is slightly off, but yeah, I think this would be a pass, truthfully. So there are a couple of things I would do to make it better. One, I don't know why, but I feel like that something's off with the formatting. Am I crazy? Maybe I'm crazy. Yeah, something is off with the formatting. I don't think this is Arial 10.5. It should be Arial 10.5. Arial 10.5 is very easy to read. This is slightly off, so it should be Arial 10.5. This is fine. If you can fit it into one line, that's better, but if you're not able to, that's okay. My biggest issue beyond that is you don't have to say cloud for that. This is fine using Python, Spark, Databricks. I think it's just too wordy. So again, this part is fine. I don't know if you really need to put cloud there. I know it's weird. Usually they will, well, they may not. The thing is, if they're asking for Azure Cloud, they will put this. You can keep it. Okay, sorry. PySpark, PyDat is maybe okay. This is the part where it starts to lose me. Like, I don't know if I need PySpark. I don't know if I need Databricks. I don't think I need DBT. I don't need a Parquet. I do need Data Lake. So yeah, I would say built big data ETL / ELT pipelines on Azure Cloud using Python, SQL, to whatever it process it into a data lake, allowing ML AI training. Something like that. Then I don't know what a DBT model is. You've mentioned this twice and you did not actually tell me what it is. There is something in my throat. I am sorry. Oof. Sorry, y'all. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I don't know what a DBT model is. CI/CD, maybe not as necessary. Azure, you already mentioned up. DevOps is good. Is there Git? I don't think I mentioned Git. Again, SDLC is industry, so this sentence is a little off. This one is solid. In fact, I think this should be higher up. Is architected historical data migration from our legacy. You don't need to say on premise. You just say from our legacy system to Snowflake data warehouse by translating cross-functional business requirements. I don't think cross-functional is actually going to be a qualification for data engineer. But I think you should just say by translating stakeholders' business requirements into... In fact, you could just end it there. Yeah, architected historical data migration from our legacy system to Snowflake data warehouses by translating non-technical stakeholders' business requirements or something. So, and then this, I don't know if I need dashboards, because again, this is a bit of a disconnect. Is I don't necessarily need you to build tools for stakeholders. I need you to be able to explain it yourself. So I do like part of this, but I would say instead built tools for non-technical stakeholders, and then you could put in parentheses Power BI dashboards so they could understand complex insights and make faster data driven. The problem is you're focusing on what you built, not how you explained it. And the focus is how on you explained it, not on what you built. So, is this a bad resume? No, I don't think it is. I think it's solid. I think this will get you interviews. I'm just trying to give you a better chance. So, that's all I can do for this resume. Again, not bad. Pretty solid. Thank you all for watching. If you ever need more help, you can join my live stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. PST on twitch.tv/headlessheadhunter. That is where I help people out more. In fact, after I finish recording this video, I'm helping out the person who submitted this resume as they are currently in my chat. So thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm here to help you get ahead of your job search.